Well, hey, memes.
What's up, Teft?
That was a fun jam, right?
It was Ambient. We did it yesterday.
Yeah.
And he was like, come in, listen to this.
Yes. I do it all the time. I'll be like, I think we should record this.
I know. Well, that's how we collaborate, right? You know,
Yeah.
like you do a track and then I listen to it and then, hope to be inspired.
Yeah, inspiration.
But of course,
right?
yeah, I think it went nicely.
Yeah, it was cool. When you you only heard it once, right? And then
I heard it once, and I honestly didn't know where I was going to go with it. There was no melodic themes, so I just let myself go there.
Yeah.
To a meditative state.
Yeah,
especially with ambient stuff like that.
Yeah, so we did 2 recordings, or we did the first take, and then thought about it for a second, and then did another take, and that's what you guys heard was the second take. Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought there was a little bit of melodic themes that when I listened to phrases as they were going out,
evolving.
And yeah, I just let that evolve.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, in terms of the finished sound, it did get mixed in Ableton. So the MPC is the sequencer. So it's sequencing 6 pieces of gear: the Take 5, the Peak, the Model D, the Summit, the Analog 4, and the Pro 3. So all those are getting sequenced from the MPC. But then it was multi-tracked into Ableton. And honestly, we didn't really do much in Ableton. It was just basically Valhalla verbs that was just gluing things together. And then it was sent out into our analog mixing desk, but it was only a stereo mix. So I didn't actually do any analog summing. It was basically just getting hit by the transformer in the B32, and then the West Audio Dione and Prometheus to finish it out, basically. And then Ozone as a mastering thing. So pretty simple in that regards. I mean, honestly, the track doesn't need anything crazy. Also, there was no samples coming out of the MPC. I think it's interesting using the MPC as an ambient sequencer because it actually does an amazing job. It's missing one major key component, and that's generative notes or probabilistic notes. So it's unfortunate that Akai hasn't brought that into the package yet. It would be amazing to have probabilistic notes in there, and it would make it probably just an insane ambient generative device if they did have that. But alas, that's not the case at the moment. But because it's such a open sequencer, you can have like 128 bars or more or whatever, and it's whatever polyphony you want if per track, and it also captures all of the automation or the notes or the what should I say, the parameter stuff that you're moving on the synths. It makes it a really powerful ambient machine if you treat it that way. In this particular track, it was a 32 bar sequence that was evolving, and
I didn't even know how long we were going to do it for.
Yeah.
And I think it worked out.
It did.
That
yeah.
you ended. When you ended, I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, I used the mega verb on the Peak. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously one of the things in ambient. You want lush sounding verbs type of thing. The Peak and the Summit have the third algorithm for the reverb sounds amazing when it's extended, and when you bring it all the way up to 127 or maxed out on the reverb feedback, it basically like it's not freezing it, but it's like as close to freezing as possible. So it still fades over time, but it's like a minute long fade. So it's a super long reverb that you can get out of that. And that was fun to tweak and mess with as we were playing. But yeah, in terms of the MPC, really cool to be able to like play 32 bars freely, no quantizing, and also as much polyphony as you want, and also tweak knobs and have it record that that tweaking, the parameter tweaking that happens on there. So it repeats it, because I did that with the Analog 4 and the Pro 3, and I believe a little bit of the Summit as well. I like designed patches on the Summit and Pro 3, and then built in like long evolving modulation in there. So yeah, really cool. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was, and that's really nice to making your pads and then bringing it over.
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, for me, that's like the most fun part is designing those sounds and then like putting them together like a stew.
Building blocks.
Yeah, building blocks. Yeah.
We'd like to do more of these, so I'm excited to explore more.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm actually excited to use the MPC to do some modulation evolution type of stuff, because like one thing that I didn't do that I was thinking about is you could set up multiple tracks on the MPC and have them be different sequence lengths. So if it's a 32 bar sequence, you could set up one to be like 14 bars, another one to be 12 bars, another one to be 11 bars. And then you can apply different automation on those. So they will technically change and shift over time. Eventually they'll repeat, obviously, at some point, but it can create that, like, it can create more evolution and evolving type of stuff. Plus it has CV outs. You hook it up to a Eurorack rig for even more control over like generative stuff on there. But yeah, I feel like I'm rambling at this point.
With gear, you kind of,
Yeah, right?
It tends to go that way.
Yeah. Also, this is the last video of 2021 for us.
Yes.
So
goodbye 2021, and let's have a great 22.
Make more music.
Let's make more music. Let's be more creative.
Yeah, our goals is to actually release more music. We've been good about making music, but we haven't been good about finishing and releasing.
Yeah, putting it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, we put it out there on the videos, but not on other platforms.
Yeah, like Spotify. Our Spotify, we just did a release on Spotify a month ago, and that was the first one since last year, which we only did one release. So we got to get better at that. So 2022, we're looking to get better at releasing more. Yeah, so thank you so much for going on the journey with us. We really appreciate all the support this year. The channel has doubled in size and has been growing steadily, and that's
all because of you guys.
Yeah, it's because of you guys, and that's amazing. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Happy New Year, you guys. Keep on creating, keep on doing the music.
We'll see you next year. Deuces.
Deuces.